in front of the church. Yes. Okay, yeah. We got the Slim Jim. We still have his key, which we don't actually have anything for that at the moment. We can also go back to the mansion. So let's go break into some cars. And then we'll go do some mansion stuff. I don't know. I'm enjoying this. Look like we have anything. Now, the game is a little buggy. I wonder if I can... No. Okay. Night? Nope. Kind of cool if I can get into the back seat, but... Alright. Again, doesn't look like there's anything here. We know there's another car over here. Oh, and up there. So we'll hit this one first, and then we'll go up that way. I need one of these Slim Jims. I don't normally lock myself out, but when I give some of my keys, they tend to forget that my keys are in the ignition. And they lock the doors, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to get my car open now. It's gotten to a point where I actually have a spare key in my purse. Just a key, and it's like attached to this little loop inside my purse, so it doesn't go anywhere. So whenever they're like, oh my god, I forgot, I locked your keys in the car, and I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Ooh, we actually have something here. I love my friends, but ooh. I didn't notice that last time. Well, let's just check. We'll get both sides open. Doesn't look like we have anything here. Alright, so... March 13th, 1997. So this is 2 years. 2 years after she was killed. To PI Steve Moss. I came across your name through a close friend of mine. She highly recommended you, saying you are a person of integrity and a very reliable investigator. So I would like for you to investigate the case which happened in 1995 in a town called Painscreek of the murder of Vivian Roberts. I was there when it happened. The body had been placed in front of the mansion's gates for everyone to see. A few days later, Scott Brooks was apprehended as a suspect. However, there wasn't enough evidence and he was soon released. 18 months later, the police filed Vivian's case as unsolved. I try to forget everything, but I just can't. I simply want to know the truth. I have enclosed a copy of the threat letter that Vivian received the day she died. I hope it helps. For safety purposes, I would like to remain anonymous at this time. I will give you the first payment in good faith that you will agree to my offer. When the case is solved, I will pass you the rest of the payment. Sincerely, Anonymous. I hate Anonymous. I know what you did. Meet me by the well at midnight. You know which one. Come alone. Someone's E is messed up. They should probably fix that. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, we already read that. So, Stephen Moss. Okay, so now we know that he's a PI. Now we know he's a PI. I can pick that up. There we go. Alright, so Stephen Moss is a PI that was hired by an anonymous person that was around during the time of incident. Why is that so big? There we go. He's a PI. Hired to. There we go. Hired to find out what happened to Vivian. Oh, does not have a B in it. I don't know why there's a B there. Alright, so. Let's. Can I read? Oh, there you go. So we actually got a little journal from him. Why is everything messing up over here? I'm sorry. 3/26, 1997. The investigation progress is slow. I've reached out to people, but many of them have left Painscreek, and those still remain are starting to move out. I found some evidence showing that things aren't what they seem. The media didn't have it right. I need to interview some people who worked at the mansion. I've been too wary and haven't reached out yet. Matthew seems to be Scott's legal parent, still won't talk to him yet. I'll have to visit St. Patrick's Orphanage tomorrow. It's a day's drive from here. I know Scott found something there. There's something not quite right with all this. Vivian married Charles in 1971. After the marriage, she became vice president of Robert's Mining Company. It went into a slump after to the mining accident in 73, but her resilience to not give up led to her rebuilding the company from the ground up. She supported local businesses such as the Painscreek Community Hospital to revitalize the small village. Looks like she was publicly very active. Too active? She was taken to Painscreek Community Hospital for emergency operation in 1974. Trisha Roberts was born just before that. Vivian was hospitalized for a few months. She was reliant on Dr. Henry Johnson during that period. Security room. Ooh! I'll take that. Okay, so from the start, he doesn't really have anything to say. There's not really people here. And the ones that are here are leaving. So he's getting a little... It's slow for him, like he says. But it seems that Scott found something in the orphanage. Though we're not sure what. But let's see. We can say Scott... I don't think we can really put anything down, right? Other than he came from St. Patrick's probably, right? Now we know that they were married in 1971. She became the vice president of the Roberts family, or the Roberts Mining Company, sorry. The accident. So she rebuilt the company. I did this wrong again. Okay, I typed that down. She had an emergency operation in 1974, and Trisha was born before that. So after she gave birth to Trisha, she was hospitalized for a few months, and she was reliant on Dr. Henry Johnson. So Johnson, where is he on our list? Right here. Oh, we already knew he's a family doctor, so it kind of makes sense that he took care of her if he's the family doctor. This could have been the reason why he became the family doctor. I'm gonna put down reliant, if I can actually spell, reliant on the doctor. I don't think any of that actually really has anything to do with Vivian right now, but yeah. So, a little bit of clue, a little bit of background on that right now. So, Yeah, once again, we... Oh, I almost hit the wrong one. There you go. My system's being really slow today. It's really weird. So that's what we got so far. Alright, so... One more thing here. The secret lies with her. Okay. And I'm not seeing anything else for us to get. Looks like we're going back to the mansion because we have two codes now. We have the security room key, or security room code. It had a question mark. One way or another, we'll find our way there. So it had the question mark for the security room key code, and then probably the shed code. See, I knew we'll find our way here. So that's two things we can do here now. Nice little long walk. Alright, so... I guess we'll do the shed first, as it's on the ground floor, if you will. Can we go through here? We can, we get pushed by the gate. I love it. Alright, so we'll... Code was 8831. 8831. Sweet. A little grill here. Oh, we have an attic key. It says Trisha drawer. We have a rook with a 7 on it. I don't know. Normally if they were like pieces like this, there's something going on with it, so I'm gonna put that rook 7 and queen 1. Queen 1. There we go. So we have that. Trisha Roberts. Should probably have realized that, seeing how it's pink and in their meeting spot. March 26, 1993. I like being with Scott. I can be myself in front of him. He doesn't judge me or tell me what to do. He cares about what I think. He makes me happy. April 1st, 1993. Scott and I have decided to have our own secret hideout. It'll be really fun. Mom won't know that we are secretly meeting. I'm so glad that Scott is now working at the mansion. Although having Andrew as his supervisor is probably not the best idea. He's drunk all the time. I don't want him to influence Scott in a bad way. Scott has to work the garden the whole day. After that, he has some errands to do. I guess we won't be meeting today. I miss him already. I wanted to learn photograph, so Mom hired Oliver to be my tutor. At first, I thought he would be too old to teach. Plus, his techniques are probably too ancient. But when he came, I was surprised he was a very humble person despite our age differences. We talked for hours. I felt comfortable around him. Then he showed me some photos that he took. They were beautiful. It was around this point that I figured out that Oliver is perfect as a tutor, that I shouldn't have been so quick to judge the old man. I'm glad Oliver is my teacher. Scott has finally finished moving all his stuff to the cabin. Winter's coming. It'll be extremely cold in the cabin. The fireplace should help. Maybe I should knit a scarf for Scott. I think I should visit him today. Okay, so right here, I like to see this. Both of them feel really comfortable around each other. And that's, I think, is really important if you are going to start a relationship. So that's really nice to see that they're pretty much mirroring each other's words right here. Um, we already know about the secret hideout. Though, Mom won't know that we are secretly meeting. Like, I think I've already pointed this out. You're literally in front of her bedroom window. Come on now. Anyway, so Andrew was his superior, and Andrew was a gardener, so Scott was probably pulled in as a second gardener. And even Trisha has seen that he's drunk all the time. So there's like I can understand that, but when everyone can see that he's a drunk and they're hiring someone else to do his job, I think Andrew's on his way out if they didn't fire Scott for peeping into windows. I don't know. A bit. It's a little sus right there. Like I don't mind drinking here and there, but if you're noticeably drunk all the time and everyone sees that, you might have an issue. I miss him already. Just a little detail in that. So this one is neat. She decided she wanted to take photos, and Oliver was her tutor. So Oliver, tutor of Trisha. Like that. And she does like Oliver, so that's a really good thing. And I believe we already knew that from the camera. Packing day, moving out. So yeah, so she wrote that a month after he was already moved out. Oh. So good to know. Oop, we got a note. Oliver from the photo lab borrowed a shovel and a wrench. Andrew. Yes, we have extras, so I told him he could keep the tools until he was done with them. Yeah, if you have extras, where are they? So once again, Oliver is borrowing a lot of tools. Borrows a lot of tools. Why does he need so many tools? Especially a shovel. Let's start smashing everything. Alright, security room key. Oh, and if this actually works... Oh, maybe they have video cameras and stuff. That'll be good. So this is tea room. Here we go. I forgot. 025241. 025241. Hello. Alright. We have the nanny's room, which would be Dorothy's room. They have a room for, oh, you know what? That's perfect, actually. Thank you. Oh, and now we know where Bernard lived. Okay, okay, hold on, let's pull up our stuff. So, Bernard lives at 31 Silver Lake, blah, 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 blah. Doodah, doodah, I can speak. 31 Silver Lake Boulevard. He's a regular employee. He's a butler. We know that. And he was hired. Orange. Hired 1973. Okay. But there's no remarks or anything, but now we know this is Bernard. Oh, and his last name is Hopkins. There's some Hopkins in the graveyard. I didn't see any named Bernard though. Oops, I think that's a wrong one. Bernard Hopkins. Derek Tyler. Hey, we got it right. We guessed it. Wanda and Tyler lives at... Hold on. 43. So they live kind of close to Bernard. Let's see. Driving car. Yeah, we already knew he's a chauffeur. Hired 03 23 1990. No remarks or anything. And we know his birth date now. I don't think it's really needed, but we have the information. Oh, we also know where they probably have Bernard's too. Hold on. We gotta go back and grab his. There it is. I need to move his information just a little bit down. He's a November baby. There we go. All right. Wanda. We already know her address because of Derek's. She was a housemaid. And she was hired 08/24/1972. Okay. Remarks, she's currently hospitalized and will resume her work when discharged. She's really pretty. Oh, and we have Andrew. Okay. We already know where he lives. We know that he's passed away. Now we know when he was alive. Like when he was born, I should say. Hardworking and trusted by Vivian. Okay, so... hired 08/12/1971. So he's been around for a while. And he's in this note here, he's hardworking and trusted by Vivian. So this might be before he got drunk all the time. I mean, he was on antidepressants and he had hallucinations, so that could be the cause of him drinking, and probably why they don't fire him is because they know that he's a good worker. He's going through something right now. So hardworking and trusted by Vivian. Patterson. Dorothy. Oh, we do have a Dorothy. Okay. Dorothy. We actually already have her. Oh, you know what? This is probably the lady that Oliver said. Right? Mrs. Patterson? That would make sense. We now know that she was born. She's also a November baby. And she's a little bit older than Bernard. They actually share the same birth date. I don't know if you saw that. November 15th and November 15th. That's actually really neat. Okay, she was childcare and housework. So she's a nanny. Uh, 03 24 1962. Longest hired employee. So she's the nanny. She probably took care of Trisha a lot. Oh, and here's Mary. Oh, they don't have a photo for her. I'm actually kind of upset by that. I like Mary. She left us all those little notes. She's a February 6th, 1973. She is a maid. We know that. Now we know where she lives too. I need to write that down. I don't know. She was hired 3/3/1993. And worked at Mooncalf. And she was also, remember, she was also hired to replace Wanda. I always forgot to put that down. Okay, so in her house is 10 Town Center Drive. Okay, we just got a whole lot of information due to this information right here. Like, we now know where Dorothy lives. We know where Bernard lives. We knew where Wanda and Derek lives. We got Mary's house. Yep. A lot of information going on. And I love it. It might be a little too much information, but, well, because, like, some of this stuff probably doesn't matter. And we can't mess with the tapes. They have no calls. Okay. Someone ran through the garden last night. A man about 5'5", wearing a hooded sweater, climbed the fence into the fence wall into the garden. He proceeded to run to the backyard and jump over the back wall. Probably a kid on a dare. It seemed like that, right? A new stack of VCR tapes have arrived. Please use the new tapes instead of recording over existing ones. Yeah. I came across a note by... I'm not even gonna try. Mag Roberts? Stuck between one of the old logbooks, it was requesting the search of a missing security tape dated June 28th, 1975. It seems the tape was never found. We have a new security guard coming in today. His name's Samuel Green. Tom Parker will be his mentor to get him up to speed. Andrew came to the mansion at around 11 p.m. He was very drunk. Scott was called. He arrived around 11:15 and brought Andrew home. Today marks Tom Parker's 20th year since he started working at the mansion. He will be retiring from his position next month to take care of his ailing wife. There's a strange tale going around Painscreek recently. Stephanie, a 6-year-old girl, got lost during Halloween. Apparently, she followed some fireflies in the woods and could not get home. Her parents called the sheriff. They conducted a search but could not find her. 2 hours later, Stephanie got home safe and sound. When asked how she found her way back, Stephanie said a young lady found her crying and brought her back. She didn't know the lady's name, but remembered her being pretty and having long black hair. She was wearing a black dress similar to what the mansion maids wear at work. The strange thing is that when I asked around, all the maids said that they were working that evening. Long black hair. Okay, so nothing really going on here, just normal little log stuff. This one kind of jumps out at me. There's a security tape missing, but then again, they just said stop recording over recording over the old ones. So it could have been that, but I'm going to put her in. This is probably Charles's mother, which we already know who passed away. And she was looking for a security tape. I'm just gonna write that down real quick because maybe that has it's a date that we need to remember. I'm not sure. Again, we just have some little things like that. Again, even the security guards are noticing that Andrew's drunk. Now this one kind of jumps out at me just because oh, sorry, I had to stretch. Okay. Wearing a black dress similar to what mansion maids wear at work, and she had long black hair. So this person has long black hair. Kind of an older picture, looks like. That's not really long. She doesn't have black hair. We don't have a picture of Mary. But I don't think Mary would like say, "Oh yeah, no, that wasn't me. I was working, blah blah blah." Just a little odd. I believe the first room I grabbed was yeah. Alright, so she had a little can't pick that up. A little prey area. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to be reading from Dorothy. I can't believe that Andrew tried to kill himself again. Thank God for Scott. I cannot imagine what would have happened if Scott wasn't there to save him. Andrew was never like this when Laura and Daniel was here. Even as his wife, I doubt Laura had any idea why Andrew turned out this way. I can't blame her for leaving him and taking their son. I wonder if they contacted each other since then. I visited Andrew at the hospital today. He seemed different. He looked calm, as if he had somehow managed to find peace within himself. The attending nurse said Scott has been here almost every day, taking care of him and being with him. Andrew has been talking a lot with Scott. Andrew told me he's ready to see Laura and Daniel again. I'm glad to hear that. I should call Laura and tell her the good news. Scott came to fix my leaking sink today. He did a wonderful job. I offered him tea and we talked quite a bit, most about Charles and Vivian. I showed him my old photo album. To my surprise, Scott became very quiet. He asked me if he could borrow one of the photographs. I don't see why not. He thanked me and left in a hurry. Oh, I should call Laura and tell her about Andrew's situation. It's ironic that Andrew died shortly after being saved. I met Laura and Daniel at Andrew's funeral today. Daniel reminded me of Andrew. I can't believe he's already 15 years old. Last I saw him, he was only 7. Laura said Andrew had been sending them money these past few years. She's been considering to return to Painscreek so they could be together again. If only I'd called Laura before the fire accident. I feel so sorry for them. Wow, Andrew. So we don't get too much from Dorothy, but you can see this happens in 94, these 2 pages, and then it goes to 95 when everyone started dying. And now we know his wife's name's Laura. We already knew the son's name was Daniel. It seems Andrew has tried to kill himself a few times. As she says, I can't believe that Andrew tried to kill himself again. I'm not sure how many times, but we're just going to say attempts to kill self a lot. Andrew just has so much stuff going on with him. But then he seemed so different. He looked calm, as if somehow managed to find peace within himself. So he seemed to be getting better right here in October. And then June, he dies from the house fire. So it just seems weird. Like, we did see that in his diary too, that not diary, but the note to his son. Like, he was getting better. And then all of a sudden he just dives. Like, absolutely tanks in that. And I guess goes back to drinking. I don't know. To me, it's a little odd. I mean, it's not unheard of. You see that quite often sometimes. It just they talked about being saved and then yeah. I don't know. This one though, she tried to play it off like, oh, I should call Laura and tell her about Andrew's situation. Right here. What photograph did he get? Oh my god, Trish was such a cute little baby. Okay, so this is after they're all, oh. Dear Charles, I have worked here for more than 20 years, and I'm so glad that I was able to spend time here with everyone. I greatly appreciate the opportunities you gave me and the time I spent with Trisha. Trisha was everything to me, and she loved me. She smiled whenever I called her. I wish I could give her more. Despite what has happened here in Painscreek, there are moments of pure joy that we all share together. I will hold on to these memories. I'm sorry that I'm leaving and won't be able to serve you anymore. Thank you for everything. Please take care of yourself. Okay, so January 31st, Dorothy leaves. After, wow, almost 30 years actually, right? Because she was hired 1962 and she leaves 1996. And seeing how we know that Trisha died, um, like Dorothy would have been like a second mother as a nanny. That's something to remember. Like that's when you're a nanny to someone else, you know, obviously to someone else's kids, you are their second mother because you take on that role so that way the mother can actually go work or do the things that she needs to do. And that's why you're there, is to be that motherly figure. So you grow an attachment to those kids. Like those become your kids. And then when they grow up or they unfortunately pass away or something, like that hits you as if you lost your own child. uh there's no note on this one. But seeing how it's in Dorothy's room, we're gonna say it's probably Dorothy's. November 20th, 1972. So we're in the 70s now. There's a newly hired maid named Sophia. I think Matthew recommended her, saying that she's his cousin. She's very pretty and has very good manners. She's a quick learner too and does whatever she's told to do. She's very eager, asking a lot of questions on what she should do, how she should act when Charles and Vivian are present, how to be perfect at her job. I like her already. The guys delivering food to the mansion were gawking at Sophia as if they'd never seen a pretty girl before. I had to ask Sophia to go back into the house, otherwise someone might have some funny ideas. Her uniform needs a little more cover. Matthew sometimes comes over and checks to see if Sophia is doing okay. I tell him he's worrying too much, that Sophia is loved by all. Matthew seems pleased every time I say this. If I didn't know better, I'll think that Matthew liked her. It rained heavily today. Sophia and I were having our tea break when she asked me, "What does it feel to be loved?" I said, "Well, it's that feeling you get when you're with your parents." She was quiet for a moment, then replied, "It's hard for me to imagine because I don't have parents." I didn't know what to say to her at that time, but after the break was over, I decided to make an effort to care for her more. Sophia. Sophia. Why does that name ring a bell? Why does that ring a bell? Go through the first. I started to see Sophia again. Thank you, Andrew, for being at the very top. I appreciate it. Okay, so Andrew was hallucinating about Sophia. Now, would this be the same Sophia in this book? And she's cousins to Matthew, so hold on. We're gonna put her name down. Uh, no, well, I don't think we really need to. Well, no, because, yeah, we're just gonna put her name down. Because she had to be someone. Andrew's supposedly having hallucinations about Sophia, or at least someone called Sophia, and I don't know. So next to hallucinations, I'm gonna say about Sophia. She doesn't have parents, and it seems that her and Matthew are cousins. So let's draw our line to Sophia and Matthew. And we know that she worked at the mansion for a little bit. But she's not in the security guards employee files, so she's not an employee there anymore. But Dorothy liked her. What, 73? Dorothy liked Sophia. This probably has like nothing going on, but it's fine. And family to Sophia. Something had to happen with Sophia that makes Andrew hallucinate about her. That, or it's just someone that his brain clicked onto. Alright, so we know that she left. I'm not seeing anything else here. Oh. Nope. I love how the bathroom lights turn on. Alright, so we also have an attic key thanks to Trisha and Scott's little hideout. Still drives me insane. Let's see. We got a toolbox that we can't interact with. We got some pill bottles. Oh, I thought I could climb over that. We got painting with nothing behind it, it seems. No. Ooh, okay. Secret safe instructions. Tea time. Why is tea time marked? Okay. I don't really see anything happening up here. We do got some stairs, so the attic goes down somewhere. Oh. Thank you. Okay. Items needed for the barbecue. Charcoal, grill brush, grill fork, lighter fluid, and grill brush. You have 2 grill brushes, by the way. Are these opening? Okay. Thank God. So much stuff to be touched if it was. I got a little spill here. Well-cleaned grilled fork. Every time I see a grill, I just want burgers. We don't have any names on this one. I don't feel well today. Or I didn't feel well today. I had a nightmare last night. I cannot remember what it was like, but it was unnerving. I see Scott all the time now, since he started working at the mansion. He's always with Trisha. I used to be the one to hang out with Trisha. Mom says she's feeling better these days. It's as if she forgot she even has cancer. Okay, so this is Derek. I hope she recovers soon. Recovers quickly. Dr. Johnson is a great man for helping us out like this. Trisha talked to me today. She said Scott is very busy lately and she's feeling lonely. I would never make her feel that way. I cannot say it to her, but I will be there whenever she needs me. We talked a lot. I wish every day would be like today. Scott came and asked if I knew anything about Father Calvin. I only knew him as the previous church pastor before Father Matthew took over. I told Scott to ask Matthew about it. Scott didn't say anything and left. Looks like they aren't getting along too well. Okay, so over the years, okay, so this kind of makes sense. So Derek, Trisha, and Scott became friends when, well, Derek and Trisha became friends, you know, pretty much since Trisha was born almost, I would say, because he lived with them until they were 6, and his mom worked there. And he was born 70, she was born 74. So for 2 years, he knew her as a baby. So it made sense that they would be near each other a lot as his mom worked there, he's a kid, blah, blah, blah. And then when Scott was 10, he moved into the town and started going to the same school. And then they started hanging out. So we have this group of friends hanging out together. And we have the classic triangle. Boy likes girl, girl likes other boy. And now we know that Dr. Johnson also took care of Wanda. So we have took care of Wanda. And Scott came and asked about Father Kelvin, but wasn't talking to Matthew. So it seems like they had an argument. Uh, Asked about Father Kelvin. There we go. So we got not a whole lot for that, but now we know that Derek has feelings for Trisha, but Trisha has feelings for Scott. We got some charcoal and bottles with bottle caps. Dude, he was such a bad drunk. Like, he really needed the help. We're not seeing anything else down here. We have Trisha's room and the tea room. So we'll just go back upstairs. Okay. I believe this was the tea room. Yeah. Okay, so it's this key. The one fork. Beware of the one fork. Well, we now know that we have something here to mess with. Place item. Okay, so we're looking for a key. Oh. Oh, we have a Vivian Roberts. Okay. Charles is running for election. I talked to Wilson and Edwards, and they have both agreed to support us. I don't think they are doing this solely to gain business benefits. Rather, they believe in Charles. Their support will boost morale for our party. It's our anniversary today. Charles invited me to my favorite restaurant. It was a complete surprise, and I'm so happy. I thought he might have forgotten. After dinner, we spent the rest of the evening walking along the beach. We talked as if we were teenagers in love. I cannot remember the last time I felt this carefree. Mag is coming. What should I do? She's always asking when we'll have kids. Yeah, so he does his mom. I don't think I'm ready yet. Not when I'm still recovering from the miscarriage. Oh. Edwards called today and tried to push me in favor of a business agreement that we discussed months ago. I rejected his request since it will breach the trust agreement between our companies. I didn't expect him to threaten me by backing out from supporting Charles. If that will happen, so be it. I'd rather lose his support than to make deals with people with no integrity. So this is all 72. So it looks like mother-in-law here. I'm just gonna refer to her as mother-in-law now. Pushed for grandkids. And she had a miscarriage in 72. That's sad. There's not much I see in there though. Unfortunately, there wasn't like. Wow! I got pushed. Investigation on Painscreek Community Hospital donation funds. Dear Mrs. Vivian Roberts, our latest investigation shows that Dr. Henry Johnson has been embezzling funds from the Roberts Relief Foundation. He's sending a portion amount to an offshore private account under the name of Jefferson Investments, LLC. Every 5th of the month, an exact amount of $9,990 is being transferred, supposedly for the payment of medical supplies and equipment. However, neither the equipment nor the medical supplies could be accounted for. This has been going on for the past 16 months. As of now, the total amount of embezzlement nears $160,000. Sincerely, Ronald Brown. Wow! Doctor! So not only he's a head doctor of the hospital, he is the family doctor of the the Roberts, and he takes care of looks like he just takes care of the workers for the Roberts as well. But now he's stealing money from the hospital. That's money for the hospital. So embezzled $160,000. Like, wow. Good guys go bad. Sorry. There's a bunch of hate mail stored here. So we already kind of knew. How does it feel to ruin the lives of so many? You cost me my job, you heartless witch. You don't deserve to live. Damn. Okay. Oh, we can. No. Okay. So we already kind of knew that. Thanks to Mary, she got hate mail. But that's to be kind of expected. It seems like she was a very uh she was just everywhere for the town, and oh no. It's kind of expected. And she's a woman in the 70s working and seems to be very successful at it. She's vice president of her husband's company and helped rebuild that. And it looks like she does a lot of business deals on her own. So things were about to get spicy for her. It was kind of there. Like getting hate mail, you can't please everyone. You really can't. The ones you can please, you're happy with. The ones you can't, you move on. There's nothing you can do. Uh, you can say that the ocean's blue, and someone's gonna be like, "No, it's green." Rawr! And that's on them. They want to say the ocean's green. The ocean is green. That's fine. You all don't have to agree. So, unfortunately, that's that. But I just look at the timer. We're hitting the hour mark and we're recording again. So we're gonna stop. When we come back, we're gonna go to Trisha's room, which I believe is that room. Yeah. So we're gonna go to Trisha's room and then design to use with mansion. So this key goes somewhere. There's a key. Plus we have our drawer. Plus, we have Bernard's house. So we'll finish Trisha's room. We'll figure out where this key goes, and then we'll go to Bernard's house. Other than that, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you have, please drop a like. Let me know if I missed anything. If you are playing along and you found something else, let me know in the comments if you found something. And yeah, y'all have a great one. And until next time, I'll see you then.